It's Jong. Oh yeah, North Korea's finest ambassador, and we're back. You see the thumbnail, you know what it is. We'll go straight into it. Volk and Lopez. Finally an interesting championship fight. I don't know how many times we've been waiting end of the card to get some ball fest. But no. Volk, and I'm sure you're wondering why I chose that image. He imposed his meat. He put his meat on the table and shook it and said, "Here, take this. You can't take all that." He knocked down but stood right back up. Just like a good day. No, but it's GOAT stuff, man. It's really GOAT stuff. He was trying to beat all the allegations. He's washed. He's old. But really, we can see this from out of circumstance. He was coming down from the weight. It was a cut that got to him. We could just say that. And if he has another run, I'm not gonna lie. If he isn't GOAT already, he has to be GOAT now. That's how many generations of champions has he beat. And Lopez, just go scrap. Yeah, bro. We know you wanted to. Every so often, it'll be a thing where there'll be a fight already booked on the card, but then some random guys start, messing up and scrapping in a press conference, and it makes you more excited for that fight. And that guy always seems to magically lose. Now, I'm not saying this is UFC script writing, but I heard you and Yair got beef. I'm not Mexican, I'm not Brazilian, whatever you are. Sorted out in the ring. And I heard Yair saying that, oh no, he wants a championship fight. If you don't shut up, okay, you fight once a year, if that. Who are you talking to? You do not get to call the shots here. You fight who we tell you to fight. We want you to fight Lopez. Don't start trying to. And what kind of mentality does that make? You spend most of your press conference with Pitbull basically promoting the Lopez fight, but now you want the championship, which you do not deserve. You fight once a year. Shh. Do what we say. Be a good boy. This guy's annoying, man. Gets angry for no reason. What's up, man? What's with this guy? I'm not even gonna touch on the Pitbull nonsense because it's Bellator, bro. Let's be real. And on to Paddy. White boy Carl. You look big. Pause. Probably the wrong time to say pause. Should have said pause earlier, but you look very big. Maybe that's the new meta. Maybe he's been doing a gradual bulk and cut every single time he turns into Dave Blunt. I can't put down a burger. But in like a Scouse accent. He look like prime John Jones at times. That's hyperbole. I'm exaggerating. Calm down. Don't want to comment, getting I don't know about. I do. Okay. But the way he was cutting him with these elbows and listen, man, Chandler, this is the final straw. I liked you. I did. But I was in denial. Shout out to Bedtime MMA. I thought Chandler was gonna win. I thought Chandler was gonna realize, hey man, end of my career, corner fight's over, I actually need to lock in. But no. There was no clip farming, but maybe he needs to clip farm. Maybe this is the essence of his fighting. Because nothing was going on. Oh, man. What was the game plan? You couldn't see a game plan with this guy. Now, I'm not going to get into the X's and O's and the outside foot battle and, locking horns and jabs. No. This is not the channel for that, please. But what is going on? And, was I follow Michael Chandler on Instagram? And I know you guys are like, why would you do that? I don't know. I liked him. And he said, oh yeah, going into this fight, I've been listening to a lot of this type of music. Because someone asked him the question. He described it. He said it's motivational spoken word with clips of Joe Rogan, Jocko Willink, and Jordan Peterson. Okay? Now, I don't really know too much about the other two. I know about Joe Rogan. If I'm in the gym, cranking out, pause, sweating, gritty, and I'm hearing, Yo, have you guys heard about DMT? You gotta work hard in life. Over some kind of boom bap Kendrick beat. I'm offing myself. I ain't finishing that gym routine. So I knew the moment he said he was listening to that, I'm not having that, bro. I'm not having that. You know, you're a black father, and this is what you're getting into. God. But here we see the loss and gain of the potential Conor fight. Now listen, Conor's probably not coming back. But if ever he does, that Paddy fight, I'm not gonna lie, that sells out Wembley. And if you don't know what Wembley is, it's the biggest national stadium in England. I think in the UK. Although there's one in Wales, but no one cares about Wales. But anyways, Wembley sells out Wembley. It does numbers. I think it'll be the biggest. It might even be bigger than Conor and Khabib. Low key. Both of them guys, the press conferences, the build up. If he comes back, people are saying he should fight Ilya. I'm not feeling that. I'm not hearing that. If I'm Ilya, I'm slapping whoever presents that to me. I've been fighting. I've beat goats. I've beaten 2 goats, and this guy, because he beats a guy that's like 0-5, 1-5 in the UFC. This guy, if Michael Chandler was anybody else, he would be getting cut. He'd be getting sent to the GFL. Yeah, retirement homes. Yeah, tariffs. It's got nothing to do with each other, but he'll be out here on the street begging. Trying to do some dirty boxing stuff, in a warehouse somewhere. Wow. But I see the matter now. The UFC scripting is good at work. Paddy, he has the juice now. They're going to put him in a title eliminator if Islam goes up. And there you go. One more fluke. And there we are. Paddy with the chip. Finally a marketable UFC industry plant champion. Because Sean O'Malley, I mean, shit, boy. We know you cool with the note, boys, but for that, gotta do with anything. And to quickly cover Bryce versus Jean Silva, I mean, going into it, everyone was saying this was some kind of 50-50 fight. I always saw Jean Silva as dog walking Bryce. I'm not gonna lie. Bryce to me has always been a kind of mediocre, run-of-the-mill guy. He's got a whole, the southern thing about him, yuck, 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 yuck. I mean, the earth is flat, man. I don't know what to say. I love Austrian painters. Yeah, all that kind of malarkey. But Jean Silva, he came from a different mouth. I saw the interview when he was saying how, his mum got raped by 3 guys and she packed all of them. If you come from that kind of metal and you're out here, being a crazy happy guy all the time, there's something about you. Them the type of guys in school that they couldn't come into normal classes. And it shows. It shows he's a different kind of metal. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. I mean, this is finally a good card. Wow. See what happens, Dina? Yeah, but comment down below what kind of fights you think should be made. And yeah.